Hello student, you are welcome in our mains civil service 2026 series. Today I will discuss two questions, previous year questions 2023, which were asking 250 words, 15 marks question is there. Most of the unemployment in India is structural in nature. Examine the methodology adopted to capture unemployment in the country and suggest improvements. These questions carry three parts. You should be very clear about that one. Number first, structure, structural in nature means unemployment in India. If you go through the nature of unemployment in India, you will find out that it is structural in nature. Second component of these questions, which you can say key point of these questions is examine the methodology adopted to capture the unemployment by National Sample Survey Organization. And third point of this question is suggest improvement. First of all, you have to keep in mind this key point, which include the three parts. Nature of unemployment is structural in India. Methodology followed by National Sample Survey Organization, and third component, suggestion for improvement of methodology. If you think sharply, you can develop a good answer within 250 word limits. What you have to do, first of all, introduce yourself by keeping in your key point within 25 words. What will be depends on candidate to candidate. You can create your own good quality answer which can include all the aspects in introduction as well as explanation and conclusion. Student, first of all, introduce yourself that definitely the nature of unemployment in India is structural and the methodology opted by National Sample Survey Organization is not going to measure that kinds of structural unemployment in India. There are certain limitations and improvement suggestions. That may be your best introduction for the explanations. In expansion, you will explain first of all why the nature of unemployment in India is structural. The structure of the society you have to explain in first para within 50 word limit. Second para, that is methodology of by the National Sample Survey Organization, that is daily status, weekly status, general status, how they are measured, complete explanation that one. After them you have to explain in third para what are the limitations of this methodology like informal sector, blindness, disguised unemployment and underemployment, lack of measurement of these kinds of unemployment, exclusion of gig workers, that is data lags, subjectivity and recall base, etc. are some limitations you have to explain. And at fourth suggestion or para you will suggest the improvement measures like integrate real-time data by using digital technology, digital data, high frequency survey, generally National Sample Survey Organization collect the data after 5 years or yearly basis. It should be quarterly basis. You can suggest a measure. Number third point, launched dedicated informal sector studies which can give the statistics of informal sector unemployment in India. As you know, organized or formal sector employment is quite less, around about 23%. Rest of the employment, that is 77% in informal sector, which you have to adequate data which can see you actual picture of unemployment in India, including time use survey. There should be time use survey for calculations of the unemployment rate in India. And last one is multi-dimensional metrics like labor force participation rate, employment to the population, employment quality indicators such as availability of social security, wage, entertainment, health facility, school facility, etc. You can include these points in the answering of this question. If you do so, definitely you can cover the better answer of this question. This is very clear what I explain you. All these points you have to include in these explanations. If I further explain what is the meaning of structure, nature, structural unemployment means what? Structure of the society, think about that one. There are the four Varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. Shudras prohibited to hold the property and different kinds of sanctions were imposed on this section. And presently you can see these sections of the society is most vulnerable section of the society and are not getting adequate employment opportunity. Other segment have the asset holding people of India, they have self-employment opportunity and they are not facing some kinds of situations, but some extent they also face the same. It means structure means division of powers, economic power, etc. is also responsible, which we have to explain here. Methodology in a daily status sample survey organization measure the unemployment rate on the basis of last 7 days on the basis of each day. If a labor is getting 4-hour work in a day, that is considered half day work. And in this method, short-term nature of unemployment can be measured easily or employment also measured easily. Weekly status, we observe the 7 days of the week. If a person is getting 8-hour work or more than 4-hour work, he is considered as full day work. And out of 7 days, how many days he is getting the work opportunity, that show the mid-term nature of unemployment. In case of general status, what is the methodology? According to National Sample Survey Organization, if a person is getting 8-hour work in a day, keep in mind, and 273 days work in a year, that is known as one man standard year work. That measure the long-term nature of employment and unemployment. But these three methods are not including, as I told you, informal sector, unemployment rate, disguised unemployment rate, underemployment rate. You know what is the meaning of disguised? You can see my previous lecture. Underemployment means less of capabilities. Underemployment means also if a person are capable to work, say 273 or 365 day work 8 hour each day, but he is not getting adequate. Second point, if he is getting under his capacity, means knowledge is higher but he is working at substandard level, that is also underemployment situation. It also excludes the gig workers, but labor force participation rate or labor force survey giving the statistics of these kinds of employment present in India. You can also suggest some new measures like I suggested you, high frequency survey for this sector. And subjectivity in the recall basis, there should be the subjectivity, delay, time lag should be minimum in the collection of data so that we can collect the timely based data for economic policies, employment generation policies, etc. That kinds of things you can include in this question. Expected questions, rational thinking, think on AI and unemployment problem in India. What will its prospects critically examine the government policies in the changing scenario? Students, first of all, you have to explain the changing AI role and unemployment problem in India. Further, you have to explain what will be the future of employment opportunities in India with increasing role of AI and robotics. And third, you have to critically examine the government policy as Government of India, thinking rationally about the employment generation policy since budget 2025 for this area. What kinds of job opportunities are shrinking from this? You can see artificial intelligence transforming India job market by simultaneously displacing routine process driven white collar jobs role and generating new demands for specialized AI talented job. Means somewhere there is the transformation of economy from traditional employment to latest technology based employment which require high quality knowledge. For the further explanations you should keep in mind certain points I will discuss with you, like what it will be prospects. First, displacement of job. What kinds of job displaced? IT job, business process outsourcing job, white collar work job, informal and rural sector job opportunity will be replaced by AI. What are the further government policies? Prior to explain the government policy, you have to also explain the positive aspects of this AI, where it will create the job, specialized tech reels job, means highly technocrat persons will get the job opportunity, augmenting human roles. Skill gap crisis will also there. Unemployment ability in youth, that is corporate shift from traditional employment to AI based employment. What are the policy measures of the government? You have to critically examine. By taking the previous experience of the government policy, you can also conclude this answer similar to 3 para, as I could give you introduction, expansion, conclusion. These 3 questions you have to also include in your explanations. What is the government policy? Government augmenting intelligence to upskill the workforce and turn the demographic dividend and AI enabled dividend. This is the government policy, but you think how much extent government is successfully achieved this target? As priorly in 2018 we are thinking that our skilling rate will be 2% per year, but actually it is not, and we fail to materialize the job opportunities in domestic as well as global economy. Similar conditions are there. You can criticize that one under these questions. Further more explanation, you can contact me in my classroom program. I will give all the data related to this new empirical study related to this. This is my suggestions, only preface I discuss with you for the explanations. If you are liking that kinds of explanation, you can subscribe my channel. You can ask any questions regarding this. But this is important question for coming 2026 May. Think about that best. Thank you, student, for today. I will again discuss tomorrow on new questions with expected questions.